Good evening. Welcome to the Tempa Media Podcast with me, Tom Kerry, Oliver Courtney, Joseph Taylor, and Benjamin Green. And today in this podcast, we will be talking about the film Wonder Woman of 2017 and whether or not it was a good representation of women. Now, before we start, let's get our opinions of the film. Personally, I didn't think it was a good representation of women. Merely, I have many points, which we'll get into when we start the debate, but I didn't enjoy the film at all. Now, Oliver, what did you think of the film?
I thought it was a good film, yeah, because the females were represented well in the film. Yeah.
I disagree,
Yeah.
but I think Joseph agrees with me on that point. Is that true?
Yeah, I agree with you, Tom, because for example, like, I don't really understand why I had to use such an attractive woman. I think maybe that was more to get people to watch the film
We'll get more into that when we start the
anything.
debate.
Yeah.
And what about you, Ben?
It was okay for me. I didn't really have an opinion on it. It's just it was alright. Nothing kind of stood out for me as such.
That's fair enough. Now, let's start the debate. Okay, now I'm just going to put down the first point. Literally, Diane's portrayal was just lacking so much. She was naive. I just wasn't really grasping what her character was supposed to be, and I just felt like in films these days, the women are always like presented as just like dumb and dim-witted, when in fact they're not. Obviously, what do you think of it over that, Oliver?
I think that Wonder Woman was not badly represented because she's not like dumb and dim-witted. Well, she is dumb and dim-witted because she is dumb and dim-witted, but like right the way through. But it's just because the way she was like raised. It's like because it's like specific to what she is really. Because like if it's like the character is dumb and dim-witted, not that she is female. That's why she is dumb and dim-witted.
Give me an example of how she's dumb and dim-witted.
I was the one who said she was dumb and dim-witted. And plus, what, Joe? Do you not agree with that point? We're supposed to be going against. What do you? This is you're sort of pushing over to his side.
Whose side are you on again?
Whose side are you on again? so go on, elaborate. Please, Joe.
I think I agree. Obviously, that the film is a bad representation of females, or it should be represented differently. But I don't agree that she was dumb and dim-witted. I thought she showed, despite the fact that she wasn't a real.
That's fair enough. Well, to be honest, I just feel like, although the female, you said earlier that the director was a female, the writers were actually male, and that sort of, with writing, you are writing for a character. You are structuring what the character is like, how their personality is. And if you're having two men do it, there's not going to be like a relatability factor, is there?
Well, two men. Well, it would have not been two men, but like specifically, but one man probably would have wrote the character Wonder Woman overall. So if a different person who happens to be female or male, who doesn't know the character as well, they could just destroy the character and make it something that it just wouldn't relate to the comics with, really, and it would really get under a lot of nerds.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Ollie. What about you, Ben? What do you think?
I kind of get what you mean. She does feel a bit like naive towards the beginning of the film, but she does develop a bit.
No. I object to that statement, and I'll tell you why. Because at the end of the film, all of her, she's picked up all these things. Like, people in her life have died, and she's been just getting on with it, acting the same. I don't see any character development whatsoever. In my personal opinion, I don't think she changed as a person. That could be that could just be down to her as a person, but I don't think Wonder Woman was supposed to be portrayed as a narcissist.
It does kind of link into those kind of stereotypes about how you often see women portrayed in film. It's kind of falling into that again.
Joe, any more opinions?
Well, back to the point. I know it's an argument against that point, but like, obviously overall I agree. But I don't think she was dumb and dim-witted because, you have to remember that in the film she was new to like this world. Like, she lived in, I can't remember the name of the place where she lived in, but it was a completely different place to to where she lives. So
I suppose, but still. Anyway, she's bloody Wonder Woman. Come on.
yeah, I know.
Come on, Oliver. What do you think?
Well, she was like portrayed well because she wasn't like dumb and didn't work. She's just naive. Because she's never actually been to the world, like the rest of the world, other than that island in the film. It would like you would be not like if you were like raised in like a box, you wouldn't really know what the rest of the world was like. Like if like it's a confined space, not gonna have like
Yeah,
social
but
skills.
still, me going back, even if that was the case, it's just male writers. Male writers, they're writing this stuff. They are structuring her character, no matter what. Even if she was just like a normal person, they are going to contradict her character. And although this film did please a lot of feminists, it feels like these days films are made to please feminists when they should. It's honestly, to be honest, I think it's political correctness gone mad.
Okay.
So, anything to say to that?
Well, basically, the males writers, like, there's no one like, they could just be like really feminist guys. It's not like all guys hate women. Some do, not all of them.
I don't know how to respond to that. You've sort of caught me out.
Well, put it this way: if you were stuck in this studio all of your life, you wouldn't know what outside the studio was
Yeah,
like.
but come on, this is unfair. I'm sort of being ganged up on. Come on, Joe.
Yeah.
Come
We're all
on.
siding against you at this point.
I don't think you can write a film around pleasing one kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you need to like obviously feminism is a lot of people agree with the premise, but like they don't agree with the way they say it. Like,
And I'm not a misogynist,
if,
so.
yeah, no. So if they're not, if a certain group of, you can't write a film around pleasing one group of people because, it's just, it wouldn't.
I tell you, going back to your point you said about the whole Hollywood glamorization thing, right? The thing I completely agree with that. It was just, why can't they? I know this sounds sort of bad. Why can't they have an unattractive casting? To be honest, if they did, I feel like there'd be. Sorry about that. I think there'd be like a better I don't know. There'd be more of a relatability factor with the audience because people they're going to try and look up to her and think, oh, she's so much better than me and everything, and that I could never be that great. If she was unattractive and she maybe just made something good out of her life, even though she maybe it's hard to explain, but what I think is it's just Hollywood just giving all of us attractive actresses, and I think it's unfair.
Well then, I think that there was a female director, and I think that she would have known that if not most, but some of the money that is going to be made off Wonder Woman will be guys who obviously find Gal Gadot mind-blowingly fit, and they just want to see that, and because that is going to
You've
be
sort of
some the money
contradicted
being,
yourself, though.
raked in.
You've sort of contradicted yourself because think about it. You're basically backing up that point. Why can't she be unattractive? If this is that means that's a bad representation of a film. If men want to go to the cinema and watch Gal Gadot do all of that stuff, then that is bad because it's almost objectifying.
Well, that's only a fraction of the people watching the film. But the director, and I'm saying she because she is female, she would know that some of the money being made will be from that site. That if they didn't, if they had a really, and this is gonna sound terrible because it is terrible, but if they had a really bad looking Wonder Woman, you're gonna have those trailers come out, and
that's
just gonna. Some guys are just gonna go, nah.
Exactly. But it just shows how manipulated the world is now these days. They expect it's just it bothers me, and I'm not a feminist, but it just bothers me because I can understand how this film was made to feminists, and it's literally contradicting some of the feminist beliefs. So, anyway, coming towards the conclusion of our podcast, this has been very eventful. Now, Joseph, I'm still confused. Do you still stick with the whole against thing?
I
You
think,
do? Okay.
Like, back to the point of like the glamorization of Hollywood. Like, I think, you know, it doesn't have to be either really attractive or really ugly. It could, you know, there could always be a middle ground. Like, Wonder Woman doesn't have to be like really attractive, or to counteract that really ugly. She could just be kind of okay looking because, you know, I think more the reason why they made Wonder Woman, the cast of Wonder Woman, like,
Exactly.
like good looking, was because I don't want to say because I don't know for definite, but like probably to get more people to watch it because you know, I just think it's
Okay.
to get more people to watch.
Well, good. What about you, Oliver? Are you still for the good, saying that it's a good representation of women?
Yeah, I'm for, because like I get by what the director's cast choice was, because like she is meant to be like, it comes out at the end. Spoilers to like Joe.
Yeah, this is a spoiler podcast. We forgot to mention that at the start.
Because like
You should make a
it's
disclaimer.
a bit like
Should have. We'll just
if
put that at the beginning.
she is a god, like basically she's like, I don't know, like half god or something. But if she is like that, you're not gonna have some really kind of like not good looking god. That's like the whole thing. Like they say, oh, she's godlike. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. And
But-
Ben, you're still for.
Yep,
you're
I'm still where it
Dolly.
stands.
Okay. Well, this has been a very interesting podcast. There, at the end of the day, this is all subjective, so there is no right answer to opinions. But I think I have to thank you all for joining me today, Oliver, Joseph, Ben. We are Tempa Media, and this was our podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.